Welcome to another edition of Talk City Greensboro, produced by GTN, featuring interviews and events happening around town. It's an easy way to stay in the know while you're on the go. Subscribe to Talk City on iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, or SoundCloud so you can keep up with what's going on in Greensboro City government and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney Dawson, and with me today is the very professional, the consummate professional, Rosemary Flybond.
So glad to be here. So glad to be here when we're talking about really good things happening in our community, when we're talking about people taking care of each other, and that is just what we're doing. You know, we have about 300,000 people in Greensboro, and not everybody has a suitable place to stay, a suitable shelter, home. The unsheltered population is on the rise, and we know it. I mean, it's something all of us see, know, and all of us can actually be a part of the solution too. So they're coming from everywhere. I mean, we have folks who are originally from Greensboro. We have folks who have moved here, folks who had family and things just didn't work out, all kinds of things. And we also have great organizations, great community partners who are doing things about it, like the Shirley T. Frye YWCA. Tiffany Dumas is here from there. Joy Easterling is a community partner. She's with Operation Hope and Sincerely Emotional. We are glad to have you both with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Emergency Family Shelter Program. What is that?
And so it's a program where we help different families that are experiencing homelessness. And it could be, like to your point, whether they're here locally. Some come from different states, or maybe just unforeseen occurrences happen. It just happened to me. I just got evicted. So we helping different ones that are families that are experiencing homelessness.
Yeah, because sometimes it is just one little thing, right? Like a car repair or, you know, a health bill or something that kind of just, that's the difference. That could happen to anybody. And so you hear those stories all the time. So how did you, Joy, get involved?
I was just wanting to donate items to the family shelter. So I actually just walked in one day, and with me walking in, I met some amazing women who worked at the WT Shirley Frye. And so just with the welcoming that I received, it made me want to be part of the program as far as what was going on at the YWCA.
And so you're housed, like you said, Ms. Joy, you're housed at the Shirley T. Frye YWCA. Really quick, what's it like to work there at the YWCA?
Well,
the Shirley T. Frye YWCA.
It's exciting. And the reason why I say exciting is because even though we're a small organization, but we're large and mighty, because think about Shirley T. Frye itself and that name alone. But the mighty work that each program there that's helping those who are marginalized, that are criminalized, and definitely do not have a voice. So when you talk about helping those, whether they're experiencing homelessness, like families, or we're talking about the teen mentoring program, or we're talking about the adult parenting program, and our newest program is the Family Success Center through United Way. So we're doing mighty things here in Greensboro. So it's exciting, and it's not a dull day that happens there at the YWCA.
And you keep talking about families, and I know that you have worked with a lot of folks who need help over your long career. So what is it about families? How big of a problem is this for families in Greensboro?
It's huge, and if I could kind of chunk it down, meaning that I noticed when I was helping individuals that were experiencing homelessness, but if they were chronically homeless, they would get a lot more resources. And let's say they have a severe persistent mental health illness, right? That individual will get a lot of assistance, as well as if he had a co-occurring diagnosis, meaning that he had a mental health disorder, but he also had substance abuse disorder. There's a lot of help. There's a lot of resources. However, when I transitioned into families, I started noticing this is a city problem, this is a county problem, and I can talk about later on how on April the 11th, I'm also a member of the CLC, which is the Continuum of Care, and how all of us come together as a unit to address on how to end homelessness here in Gifford County. But for me, it's problematic because I'm talking about families with children that are sleeping outside in parking decks, or maybe with their abuser, or running from their abuser, and they come to the emergency family shelter. So now I'm about to get to another layer. And at the emergency family shelter at the YWCA, let me speak about that one alone, because it's different. Like Pathways, that's a family shelter, but they serve differently because a family can reside in their facility for up to 7, 8, 9, 10 months, versus at my shelter, they can only stay up to 30, 60, and 90 days. Well, that's crucial, because I'm saying, hey, you got to come in here and get a job. You better, you know, you got to find childcare, and on top of that, you got to find affordable housing. Is there really a lot of affordable housing here in Gifford County for those that may not even make over 12, 13, 14, $15 an hour, let alone trying to feed their family? There's issues with that for me.
Yeah.
When you say family for your emergency shelter, does that include, do they have to have children present, or can they be a family of adults?
Yes, they have to have children.
All right.
And so, and you're having to take care of, again, we talk about the differences, the needs of different age groups, of different, you know, all different kinds of needs are coming into you instead of just one person needs. And so that creates a challenge. And, but I know you're up to the challenge, the both of you, because of community partnerships. So tell me how, so I know you got involved just by kind of walking in and making a donation. What made you stay? And tell us about what you're doing now.
As far as what made me stay, like I said, just the organization, Miss Deb, which is the CEO and president of the YWCA, just building a close relationship with her and learning more and more about the Y. Like I said, there's so many different programs. I started doing, actually, I held my birthday party at the Y. That's what I did as far as just being able to come into the shelter, feed the families, interact with the families, because I have children. I have a 13-year-old and a 22-year-old. And so at that time, just showing my children, like, it could be any one of us that hits hard times. I also am a part of Operation Hope, which is a financial, a nonprofit organization where we teach budgeting and credit. So like you said, it could be just that one bill that wasn't expected, or that one situation where will cause a family to be unsheltered due to, you know, that type of situation. So it was just important for me to not only be there for the community, but also be there for my children to teach them just it's important to help each other out in the community.
Yeah, we got to be there for each other.
And here with Joy Easterling and Tiffany Dumas with the Emergency Shelter Program, and you assist the program at the Shirley T. Frye YWCA. And with the work that you do, I can imagine how intense it can be, how stressful it can be. Can you share an experience? You know, I know you can't give names, but share an experience of something good, a good story, a feel-good story that made you leave work that day and say, you know, I know you enjoy what you do every day, but something that lifted you up.
So my last challenge, because when we talk about those experiencing homelessness, there's layers. So that means there's challenges and there's barriers, right? And so I have never came across a family. It was a mother, 22-year-old, from Nigeria. I never have came across that particular situation before, so it was new for me. It was new for Mom because the father abandoned this person, 22, but a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old. And she has a 4-year-old, which is special needs, and he was going to Gateway up here on West Wendover. Well, like I was telling you all earlier, in the shelter, it's only up to 30, 60, and 90. It could be up to 120 only if they're transitioning into permanent housing. Well, when I'm speaking about someone that's from Nigeria, that's undocumented, and that has to get the green card and then got to get Social Security and birth certificates, realistically, what type of resources are available for her and her son?
In that time frame.
In that time frame.
Right.
And so for me, I'm looking like, ooh, this is my biggest challenge. However, I felt good about it because challenges, it helps you to grow, right? And so for me, I was able to grow in my community, more partnering, right? And two, grow into in the depths of it. When I say that, meaning that if I didn't have a relationship with Jenna over at Salvation Army in High Point, that's the only way this young lady was able to transition from the YWCA Emergency Family Shelter into over at Salvation Army. Because Salvation Army, you can stay up to 6 to 7, 8 months. Well, realistically, that's how much time, if not more, she's going to require because of this particular case is special. So for me, I felt good about my community partnering and how I still sustain them, right? And then two, we have it where they help me, I help you. And I'm saying help me, please, because I don't know what else to do with this young lady. And she cannot fall through the cracks. She cannot go back living outside or wherever she was with her son, knowing that it's special needs for the both of them. And so it's good to collaborate. It's good to, I go over there every week to check on her. She calls me Mom, but I think that's something cultural. But, I mean, just for that, my granddaughter calls me Mom. So that made me feel more, like, warm, right, and fuzzy inside. And then, two, she doesn't have anyone to look after her. So for me, I feel good that I'm still present, I'm still there. And if she still needs me, and even with Jenna, that's now we're collaborating so we can still figure out how can we assist her, even though she's no longer at my shelter, but I'm still going to let her know I'm a standing pillar in
You're
your
here
life
for
and
her.
your son.
Yeah, love that. So people are hearing this and saying, what can I do to help? How can I be a part? How can I come in like Joy? I mean, do I just walk in? Is there a sign up? How does it work?
And so we have a website, which is the YWCA NCO, .org website, and you can go there and you can click on volunteer. Now that depends on which department. And so if you click under the tab, the Emergency Family Shelter, it says, how do you want to get involved with us? So there's different ways you can help assist in the Emergency Family Shelter, whether you want to contribute as far as being a dinner angel, meaning that you don't mind providing a dinner, for the Emergency Family Shelter. Joy has done this numerous of times, and so has she with her other colleague as well, that operate her own food truck. You see how this is going?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they can come in if they say, hey, I want to come in and I just want to read books. I just want to tutor because maybe I'm a professor, I'm a teacher over here. Whatever skill set, whatever talents they may have, I look for that purposely so they know they have purpose when they come and they give their time, their money, their energy, or just
very
sitting.
smart.
Very.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or just sitting with me because if I want to go in depth with things, then I can say, okay, or with Joy, because Joy sit up here and she can also partner about financial literacy. We know they need that. You see what I'm going
Right.
with this? And then, too, she'll say, hey, I know a social worker, if we go bigger, that says, hey, I want to give your time, Tiffany. I have a book. Maybe this will help you. This is called the Balanced Social Worker. This is Dr. Nia White. So, but if I didn't partner with Joy and share things that I share with Joy, that's why I'm wearing her shirt today, like this, I would never known this because sometimes in nonprofit, you may not get the coaching or the leadership you need, especially if I'm a social worker. You see, so I'm going to need another social worker to help me guide and strengthen myself so I can guide and strengthen those that I'm overseeing in the shelter. You see?
I get you.
Yeah.
Making connections. That's what I'm
Making
hearing.
connections.
Making connections. We need
That's
we need
huge.
a spider web of support. I mean, really, it's just you meet Joy. Joy has a friend who works here and has a food truck and then has these connections with social work, and that's how it all happens. People are listening to this podcast and they're saying, "Hey, I can do that. I can provide a meal. I can come and tutor once a week or once a month even."
And Joy, tell us the name of your business.
My business is called Sincerely Emotional, and it's basically to help women heal from emotional hardships. So especially going through the shelter, a lot of women, a lot of individuals experience hardship. And so the business is to give that motivation, give the positive affirmation. Eventually, I want to do like writing and stuff because just so many times we just need to journal our feelings and thoughts, even, as far as just me going through the life process that I went through, the financial literacy part as far as I'm a graduate of North Carolina A&T State University, but I didn't learn financial literacy before I went to school, so I got myself into a lot of trouble, and then therefore I had my son when I was in school, so I hit a lot of hardships. So just going through certain processes, and you think you go through these processes because you're hitting hard times, but sometimes your process could help you help other people.
Right.
Because you can relate to their stories.
Yeah, you got a testimony now.
Exactly.
Well, hey, we thank you for joining us. I'm sure
Thank
you talked
you.
to your colleagues about participating and helping out the
Absolutely.
YWCA, and we can put it in our comments in our chat on our YouTube. But if people want to stay abreast of what's going on at the Shirley T. Frye YWCA, particularly your program, the Emergency Family Shelter, what are some social media handles? How can we look you up?
I would love for you all to sign up for, or just go to Facebook and go to the YWCA page. It talks about all the different highlights, all the different community partnering, all the different types of statistics and numbers, and even success stories with each program that is being facilitated at the Shirley T. Frye Emergency Family Shelter or at the United Way, Family Success Center, or teen parenting, or adult parenting, and I forgot to mention healthy moms and healthy babies. Mm-hmm. So there are four programs there at the YWCA. Okay. So it highlights that. So and we also have Instagram as well. Yes.
We'll look you up for sure.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
please, you're welcome. Thank you all for having us.
Tiffany Dumas, Joy Easterling, thank you for joining us here on Talk City Greensboro, and you too can join us every episode and learn about what's going on in the Gate City. So stay tuned in weekly by subscribing to Talk City Greensboro on iTunes, Pandora, and Google Play. And Don't forget, you can download Talk City from SoundCloud. That's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Talk City.
Hey, if you like what you hear, please share it with a friend. And don't forget to watch GTN. It's your official source for news and information about the City of Greensboro. GTN is available on Spectrum Channel 13,
AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and Lumos 31.
GTN also streams live on Roku and the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov.